No matter what your fitness level, we can always do with some improvement. That's what Aspire Club by Fitcorp Asia are here to do, get you the right results.
Aspire Club by Fitcorp Asia is redefining the Bangkok fitness scene. Their tagline is, "What's your aspiration?" And they are just the team you want to give you positive support. They may be a fitness center, but inside this building, off a soak, it isn't just about machines, but human movement and creating community and friendships that will keep you training and working out more consistently. Daniel Riemann, the CEO, told us what Aspire is all about.
Aspire is a very unique facility that's been created to achieve phenomenal results and help change lives. So it's based on aspirations, which is the inner, deeper motivations towards physical activity. So there's very much a psychological element, just as much as the physical element, in how people are inspired to change their lifestyle and live a healthy, productive life. So Aspire is just one of the elements that Fitcorp Asia has innovated in Asia and in Thailand especially. Fitcorp Asia was established in 2003, and so since 2003 we've introduced many new concepts into Thailand. We were the first to introduce boot camps, outdoor fitness programs, fitness retreats. We also innovated with corporate wellness programs, youth programs, and golf-specific programs. So everything has been created to achieve specific results, and that involves a process, education, a fantastic team of professionals, and a vision to help as many people as we can. One of Aspire's core programs is really on building a community. So making programs fun is really in getting people to integrate and work together as a team. So where they can build relationships and be surrounded by like-minded people, making exercise a sport. For example, we are the first and only CrossFit affiliate in Bangkok, and CrossFit really is the sport of fitness. So when you bring all those elements of team sports and camaraderie into one element of fitness, that's when you start getting competitive. You bring in accountability, structure, results, and friendships, and that's where the fun starts. What we've created here in Aspire is very unique, and it's not based on your traditional gym or commercial facility, which is based on lots of machines, sales, memberships, and hard sales on training. So Aspire is built on functional movements that's constantly varied, and predominantly most of the programs are corrective, progressive, and also some are very at a high intensity. So these three elements alone create a concept of group training as well as personal training, and we also focus a lot on corrective movement mechanics. So these are one of the cornerstones of our programs. Aspire has specific fitness systems. It's based on education that are result-driven, and we also offer those specialized programs that help to educate people about movement and positive lifestyle change. The fitness industry has evolved tremendously, and it's gone much more beyond aerobic classes. The concept of being in an environment with like-minded people is the same, but now we attract more individuals that are here for specific results. So our small group training is still based on functional movements at high intensity, based on strength and power lifts, full body moves. So within that type of training, we're also getting a cardiovascular response. So we kind of redefine the model of what fitness is, and we tend to refer to more metabolic training or conditioning rather than cardiovascular. Number one, we're looking for people that have specific goals and objectives. So we have a very unique aspiration finder. So first step is for clients or prospects to fill out our questionnaire, and answering these questions will help identify what their internal drivers are. So we might have a room of 10 people that want to lose 5 kilos, but in fact, they all have different motivations. So if we can tap into their psychology and find out what they really want to achieve or why they want to lose 5 kilos, we can help guide them in the right direction. So the specialized programs that we've created are all based on those certain aspirations. Our first step is that we have full-time physical therapists. So we're integrating that medical and corrective approach. So if people are in pain or they have physical limitations, our first objective is to get them moving better and getting pain-free. Once we get them into the gym, then we can start to work on their movement mechanics, working in multiple directions, because this is how we have evolved as human beings to move. Okay, so the physiotherapy is a really important part for us. From that side, then we're looking at more the corporate wellness. So that's integrating more education into people's everyday life. And then of course people have specific goals. It might be to improve their golf game. It might be to inspire their children, so they want to lead by example. So we integrate our youth training programs into what we do here to aspire to be able to create something that's result-driven for the whole family. The other specialty programs that we have are obviously our small group training, which is based on a methodology of building a community around more higher intensity, small group driven programs. So the community is really strong and a really important factor in motivating people, retaining people, and getting phenomenal results. So the level of accountability is enhanced tremendously because now it's public. Okay, so the community in our small group programs is really important. And as I said before, the CrossFit, we are the first CrossFit affiliate in Bangkok. And that is purely driven on that solid base of community.
Randall is the COO, and he explains how nutrition and exercise go hand in hand.
People tend to, by nature, make it an either-or option. Oh, I don't have time for the gym, therefore I'm not going to work out at all. But that's really just not the case. There's so many simple things you can do at home, even just stretching and flexibility, something that helps you to relax and unwind at the end of the day, for example. Yoga, general sports like this, you can be done in your living room, it can be done at home. What we coach here is, and we get lots of people that say, I don't have the time. That's not true. You don't have it as a priority. And until, we'll wait, because at some point it is going to be a priority, and your physiotherapist or your doctor is going to tell you to get to it, and then we'll finally see you and we know you'll be committed. Nutrition is the foundation for anything that you want to accomplish in life. We are finding more and more, and this is always research-based evidence here, that the nutrition of the modern diet and what is being created there as far as the processed foods and that, what is becoming a normal part of the average human diet, is such that it's creating large hormone imbalances and inflammatory issues that lead to everything from diabetes to Alzheimer's. Almost all modern diseases, including cancer and all these types of things, and I'm not a doctor, but there's a lot of research that points that this is true, that it's just simply your nutrition that's making this happen. And nutrition, no matter what you want to do, even if you want to be more creative and think clearly, then nutrition's what's going to make that happen. Nutrition and exercise, they go hand in hand. What we find quite often, however, is that it's easier to get someone into exercise first, and that generally leads to an improvement in your nutrition. It's a circle and a cycle that go together, and one will lead to the other eventually.
One of Aspire's signature programs is CrossFit, which takes place on the rooftop with Bangkok's dazzling city lights as a spectacular backdrop. Another one of Aspire's signature training facilities is the High Altitude Room. Head trainer Henrik gives us all the details.
This room is our altitude room. So in this room we can seal it from the environment, which we can also provide simulate an environment which we call the hypoxic environment, where you can actually play around with the oxygen levels, meaning that you can do your workout at 5,000–6,000 meters altitude. The altitude room benefits our clients because it will take them to an environment of a hypoxic environment where the oxygen level is lower than normal, and in that way they can metabolize fat easier. They can also see improvements in performance because their heart and the blood, the whole body has to respond differently to a lower percentage of oxygen. So in that way they produce more red blood cells, and the red blood cells then, when you move on to sea level with a higher level or with a higher count of red blood cells, you will also improve your oxygen transportation throughout your body, and it's also been shown through studies that it will actually strengthen your heart, which means that even for cardiac rehab patients, it can be very beneficial to train at a hypoxic level. There is actually a chance of getting altitude sickness in the altitude room. That's why we're using these oximeters. So the oximeters will actually measure your heart rate as well as your saturation of oxygen in your blood. So this way makes the training at our altitude room really safe, and more than just a slight little lightheadedness, you wouldn't get any problem with training at the high altitude room, and definitely no risk of fainting or anything like that. I would say that anything that whatever you can do in your life, whether it's nutrition or whether it's moving more, is going to benefit and it's going to pay off at the bottom line. So it could be small things, doesn't have to be enrolling in a full fitness regime. You have to start somewhere. It might be such a simple thing as just drinking more water or taking the stairs instead of an elevator. And I mean that's probably where you want to start, and that's the best tips I can give right now.
For us, whether it's a 6-year-old, a woman, a male executive or an elite athlete, the process is actually the same. So we know that most women have a few fears. All right, they've got these misconceptions and a certain level of awareness that makes them think that strength training is going to make them big and bulky, okay? Or they want to be able to spot reduce from certain areas. So we know from research and proven programs that we've created that the result for everybody is very similar, and the process is the same. So it's about making women feel comfortable in an environment where they can share and be accountable with friends, and focus on that high-intensity driven program. So whether it's to get a smaller butt or get those lean abs, the process, whether it's an athlete or a woman, is the same. So making them feel comfortable is very important. Aspire doesn't have any of the fluffy facilities that you might find in a hotel, and that's because our clients are here for a particular reason. We find that with our aspiration map, 80% of our clients are here for the simple fact that they want to be better. That means they see a distinct link between performing physically at a higher level is directly related to performing better and more successfully on a professional level, and also on a relationship level. So people, if they're our clients, they're coming in to train and then get out with their life. They're busy, time is short. And so all of our programs are very time efficient. People come in, do what they got to do, and they're out the door. You can find us right at the ASOC BTS. One of the biggest obstacles or challenges people put up for not exercising is that it's not convenient. So when it's 5 meters away from the BTS stairs at ASOC, you can't use that as an excuse anymore. So we're right at exit number 3 of ASOC BTS, which is right opposite Terminal 21. So it's easy for everyone to get to, and also the MRT. The rooftop is unique. It's a great open space, and it's covered with artificial turf, and it's one of our members' most favorite locations. So you've got the most phenomenal workout space in Bangkok, right in the middle of the city with the city lights, and the SkyTrain going across behind in the background. And we predominantly use the rooftop for our group training programs and CrossFit programs. So we're getting groups of people, flipping tires, with our battle ropes, big Olympic lifts. We've got pull-up bars and monkey bars up there. So it's kind of our playground on the rooftop. It's parallel to the BTS platform, so people they're in the spotlight, and people just love to work out in the outdoors and enjoy its convenience. So we're innovating an industry. This is what we've had the opportunity to do. I've worked hard over the last 10 years to not just create a concept, but also formulate a team of phenomenal professionals. It really is the most phenomenal team in Thailand, if not in Asia. We've got, they're driven, full of ambition and a vision to really help others achieve success in their life too. So with Fitcorp, Aspire is just one of our concepts, and it's proven to be very successful. And from here we start to innovate the region. So we're having a big impact in countries, not just Thailand, but in China and Hong Kong, Singapore, in Japan as well. So we're innovating an industry, sharing the passion, and helping people be successful and be the best that they can possibly be.
If you're driven to see results, meet up with Daniel, Randall and Hendrik and get started on the road to better fitness.